I keep my chin up, back straight, check my shoulders. Remember what I told ya, I'm a soldier. Kick me when I'm down and I keep composing. You never see me sweat, but the sleeves might roll up. But when they roll up, I mean big. And if I show up, I mean big.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your man Oddisee, Washington, D.C., low budget crew, 130 Diamond District. In New York right now for CMJs. Promoting our album In the Rough, October 27th.
And why you another third of the Diamond District.
Desire to do it is, you put it out for free. The more people who download it increases the number of people who purchase it. It's a ratios game. So,
now let me explain this that I'm on.
There was a lot of thought that went into that record, from the way we promoted it, marketed it, and the way it was produced, and the way it was written. What we wanted to achieve was taking elements of 90s hip-hop with a modern twist. We didn't want to make a retro record. That's whack. We didn't want to make a retro record. We wanted to make a modern day interpretation. You know what I mean? Influences from style. Every other aspect of art does it. They take bits and pieces from older styles and incorporate that to make a more modern way about it. And I just took what's going on in hip-hop today as far as how we program drums, but just use beat breaks to do it. So that's basically it. It's the same programming style that you would hear in today's music from Timbaland or Rich Harrison, that heavy percussion, experimental patterns, go-go influence with the swing, just incorporated with beat breaks, Started rhyming first. Classic stuff, school, lunch table type thing, battling with my friends in class and whatnot, and started getting a name. And then my homie Sean Bourne hit me up and was like, "Hey, I like this stuff, man. You should come up and I want to, produce you." I came to a spot and I was blown away by how hip hop beats were made. He taught me how to make beats, and then I started getting heavier into the beats. And it's a 50-50. I don't really have a favorite, but beats became in the forefront because it's more lucrative. You can make more of a living selling beats, because I can be on 10 MC's album, but if I'm just an MC, it's much harder to sell a verse and do numerous projects. So you can be in more albums as a producer. So I was pushing the production in order to make a living for me. Okay. I started making beats on the ASR X. Not to be confused with the ASR 10, as most people do. The 10 is the keyboard version that Timbaland and Neptunes and Knots use. The 10 was the box version that was made to compete with the MPCs. He used one too. We both started on the same machine. That's the thing about the way I use breaks. I'm not just looping it. And oftentimes it's not a break. It's the kick from this break, the snare from that break, the hat from that break. But when you leave the air, all my producer heads know what I'm talking about. When you leave the air on it, it sounds fluent and it sounds congruent with one another. And with the way I chop drums and put them on Pro Tools on the grid, it enables me to manipulate patterns in a million different ways that you couldn't normally do by just looping them. The air's a link. It's producers will chop at the end of the kick, but they don't understand that when you take a kick from a keyboard and you take a kick from a record, there's a reason why one is what you call quote unquote sounding real and one sounds fake. It's a science and an explanation for that. The air is that reason. What the air really is, when you sample, you're not only picking up that sound, you're picking up the room it was recorded in. You're picking up the acoustics from that room that mic was recorded in. When you take a drum from a keyboard, there is no room, there is no acoustics. That's the difference in what you're picking up. So when you sample that air, you're sampling the acoustics of the room or that mic picked up. So there's no limit on that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newest edition of What You've Been Missing. Straight out of Washington, D.C., 130 the Diamond District, low budget crew. It's your man Oddisee. You already know what it is. NodFactor.com. Stay tuned, y'all.